What's happening, traders? Welcome to another live trading session. It's Manuel from LiveFree Effects, and today we're in the charts. We're taking a look at gold as usual. Right, we're going to be starting off with our higher time frame analysis coming into the market. We're already seeing some action right now. It is about 7:40, so curious to see what the market does. But we're going to be doing our analyze process and starting over. I think today we're not going to be starting from the weekly time frame, but I think we already did the weekly time frame yesterday. So coming into the market today on the daily time frame, we have price making high highs and higher lows on the daily time frame. Market's making high highs, higher lows. So when you come into market, making sure you're doing your analyze process, make sure you're starting from the higher time frame, because this is where you're getting your perspective from. This is what is going to help you overall understand what is happening from like an institutional standpoint. The daily time frame is a big place to pay attention to as we scale down and spend time on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. Our perspective needs to come from the higher time frame. Another major thing to be aware of is who is targeting what, right? And we can see that clearly right now. Buyers are targeting the highs. So based off of that simple fact alone, the probability means that there is a high probability that buyers are going to keep dominating, because they have just shown you that they've been targeting the highs right here, highs right here. They give sellers a little bit of that push to the downside. They grab a little bit of liquidity, and then they continue your move to the upside. So price is making lower lows and lower highs. So just understanding what is happening and where price is reaching for will help you give a perspective as to what to start to anticipate next. So right now we're seeing the pullback. Does that mean that sellers are going to dominate? No, it means that as a retail trader, you should start to anticipate what could likely happen next. And based off of what buyers have already been doing and the pattern that they've established, we want to turn our focus over to this high, right? These areas are going to be areas of interest for us, but we're going to see what today has to offer, right? We got this high right there. We have price ultimately taking out this high. So we're going to take out this, and we're just going to map out some of the key areas here. This is going to be an interesting level. You'll see what we got going on right there on the 1 hour time frame. We can kind of see, what is also happening. You see price trade down here, reached it, beautiful, reached it here again, and then try to break through, but there was a strong wick. So these are the little details you want to start to tell yourself, the story in the details. It was understanding the fact that the market is constantly telling you a story, and in order for you to be the profitable trader that you want to be, you're going to need to learn how to interpret this story without the bias, like without what you want to see. It's just collecting facts. It's like you are just a detective. The facts of the matter is sellers have been trying to dominate. They've been trying to push price lower, and they are getting a bit exhausted here, right? We can see price continuing its push, a little bit of exhaustion here. Does that mean that they won't continue? We're going to find out more details on this. But they have grabbed some major liquidity to the downside. They have taken out this liquidity down here. If they want to continue moving lower, this is going to be an area of liquidity that they can possibly reach for as well. So I'm just going to map these levels out. All right, so they've already taken out this low. So they've already taken out this low on the 4 hour time frame. So on the 50-minute time frame here, we can kind of see things a bit more clearly, and we can see exactly what we have here, right? So we know that we have this accumulation zone, right? So on the lower time frame now, we're going to be paying attention to what happened previous sessions, right? So we got the Asian low right here, and then this is our London low. So it's going to be a matter of waiting right now. The Asian session was bullish, and the fact that price is above the London low means that we could be seeing more buyers coming to the market today in terms of what to expect. Right now, we're just going to wait for price to kind of set up and get ready. So we have the 8:30 news coming out, which is going to hopefully work in our favor and bringing liquidity to the market. And then we also have the interest rate news coming out later today. So look at the market right now. We are seeing a little bit of this selling pressure, of course, on the 1 minute time frame, a minor accumulation range. All right, so this is, you got to train your eyes to see these things. So this would be right there, accumulation. We're spending a lot of time in this range. So yeah, if the market breaks right here, it's still going to be a little bit tricky. I would love to see price really not just push up, but kind of like maintain a little bit of structure, so I can get a little bit of confidence that we're not just going to push up and also push down. These are things you want to pay attention to, how the market moves in one particular direction, because kind of like here, if price pushes up exactly like that, sellers also have the same leeway, right, to do the same thing. So yes, we could see a clean break, but it would be lovely to get a little bit of market structure. But but is it worth the entry point? No, right? We need to actually trade up into this range, or even look like we're going to be breaking this range a little bit more, because anything can still happen in this market condition right now. As long as we're in the zone, you're not clear. So the best thing is for us to either break out or to kind of break below the zone, right? Up or down, but we're relatively close to the high, and price always likes to gravitate towards the area of least resistance. So let's see right there, that would be about 45 pips to the upside and about 80 to the downside. So this is going to be our accumulation zone. So this is going to be an accumulation zone right there. Right, this is the stage one of the accumulation. Right, there are 4 stages of it. Now, what we need to see is first distribution, and first distribution is the process where the orders that are being accumulated here gets distributed, and price usually will get distributed. And once it does, this is kind of like the market making the first move, letting you know where the orders are actually looking to go, and give you premium price or a little bit of a pullback so you can actually get in right there. So if news is out the way, I think now we can kind of trade with a little bit of ease here. If for me, if the market is willing to break back up here, I will get in on a buy. So okay, folks. All right. So I want to see a candlestick close, a nice candlestick close right here. So in on the buy right there, and Jesus. So let's switch it over here. We can kind of see the market right now. So in on the buy, I said the market is doing the most. It spent a lot of time. So when it burst out of that range, it's still very, nothing is certain yet, but we've now seen that break. I'm going to place my stop loss right here at a level. Hopefully we can at least take something off the table first. I think ideally taking something as the market trades above this level would be good. Alternatively, if the market trades back into the zone, right, this would still be part of the accumulation. So right now we've seen that first break. So if you didn't get it on the trade, you can wait for the retest, which would give you a little bit of an opportunity to take advantage of that move. I'm just going to set my stop loss right now to modify. Okay. Okay. So right now, this is pretty much it. So let me know if that makes sense. So now we can start to anticipate a retest. So this could be a retest here, and for price to continue moving to the upside. That would be really nice. Or alternatively, sellers may want to grab liquidity to the downside before giving that real push to the upside. So we have some areas of liquidity here that we could possibly target. Of course, my stop loss is right here. So if sellers do want to grab these areas of liquidity right before continuing your move up, then so it's back in the red. Got to show that. If you're feeling the heat, take a little breather, right? Focus on slowing your heart rate down, especially when the market's going against you. It's tough. So making sure that your heart rate slows down. That way you don't get, you don't get hijacked by your emotions, by your amygdala. But I still see this being the retest for price to continue moving, in the direction that it wants to continue moving to. So ultimately right now, it's just a matter of when is enough, right? And that's the game with liquidity, where buyers dominate for a while and then they give sellers the opportunity to dominate, right? And this right here could be, as we mapped out an area of liquidity, and you can see how the market is taking that area of liquidity, right? And now buyers not coming back into the market. This is why liquidity is such an important concept to understand, because it's not about support and resistance. It's understanding where the market is reaching for, not placing your stop loss right there and giving yourself a little bit of like leeway, because it's like, yeah, like if buy is making a comeback, but let's see here. I'm still in the game. I'm going to go for a drive, and yeah, I think that's it. Go for a drive. It's Wednesday. It's a beautiful day out here in Toronto. Right, the sun's out. So I'll go for a drive, maybe take my car to the car wash, hit the gym, get some food. Yeah, get some work done. That's it. What do you guys got planned for your day? What are you guys doing? How you spending it? If you got to go to work, you got to go to work. What do you guys got after the session? Going back here. So buyers are doing their thing. So this right here, you can kind of identify a liquidity grab ahead of time. This is mastery. Right now, we're back up again in the green. First take profit. This is still going to be it right there. But right now, this was a liquidity grab. As you can see, let me just put that right there, just so liquidity. So this was a liquidity grab right there. Buyers gave sellers a little bit of leeway, and then they want to see what they can. It's the day. It's a little bit of a patient one, but these are days that are going to test you. We just need a decent move. One big candle and it's coming. It's coming. It's there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you guys have any questions overall. This is so I just need about 30 pep. We're almost there. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Or not. Well, it kind of hit 30 pep right there, but like not crazy. Give us essentially, a little bit more. Boom. Right. That's it. We need an additional $500. There we go. Okay. Come on. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So there we go. Closed. Something off the table now. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. I probably should move my stop loss back to my entry point here. So right now I'm up on my second position, $2,400. And what I need to see is I want to see the market ultimately a new low, give us a pullback. So what I'm going to be trailing my stop loss. This is the first trade ever that I used 2 full contracts on my funded. I have never had a runner. I hope today is the day. Oh, buddy. All right, Angel, let's go. Well, take something off the table. That's what I would say. So make sure that you've already closed one contract and paid yourself for that. And then it's like now you can leave the next contract and let's make some money. So leave your other contract and move your stop loss to break even. So even if the market doesn't run, it doesn't run. And now you're just kind of like playing for keeps. If the market gives, it gives. I secure 30 peps and drag myself to break even. Beautiful. Now, let's see here. Now is when the market doesn't want to pull back, it starts to accumulate. So if the market wants to pull back, it pulls back. But when it doesn't and it wants to continue, you start to see these accumulations. So this is actually a good sign for strong continuation and strong push to the upside. So right now we're still taking a look at the market. We are up around $2,700. Stop loss is going to be placed right at this low, especially as this candle closes or the market continues to run above this accumulation zones. And I'm going to take something off the table. I might not hold it. I might just say, hey, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to walk away here. But what we're seeing here is, so this is $6,000. Boom. Close this. All right. Might just walk away. It's like you gotta let him pull back up. I want him to pull back up a little bit. So for me, so the thing is now, if the market continues to run, you can place a stop loss at the low again. But I think I'm going to take, either walk away shortly. But, I think to me, it's like, I'm going to get out. I'm out. I'm happy, with what I got today. We came to the market, $5,800. We made almost $6K. Ladies and gentlemen, drop a fire emoji if you made some money today. Let's see that. If you made some money in the market today, drop some fire emoji. Let's see. That's it. That's what's up. That's what's up. I love that. Absolutely. Yeah. So today was a little bit of a patient one. Right. We came in and, we did our thing, and this is it. I show you the entire process that we follow, and we keep it consistent. We stay focused on our execution, and we manage ourselves from a psychological standpoint. And the outcome, we don't control the outcome. We just manage ourselves and manage our trade. And we've been able to maintain a level of consistency that is unmatched. So our winning streak continues, right? This is, all of June we've been winning, but it's not to brag, right? Because losses are a part of trading as well. But it is just doing the same thing over and over again and dialing in on what we're doing. So